있기다.
방송 사운드 하나도 안 들리죠? 들려?
아니 그냥 현장 막 소리만 들려. 자, 김승섭 선수는 피해는 중.
방송 보네요 소리 하나도 안 들리게 해주시는 거 맞죠? 지금. 아니 상관없습니다. 현장음만 들리게 해주세요.
승리를 부르는 K리그 FC 서울 스타트 레벨을 소개합니다. 철벽과 든든한 소부진 최찬우와 왼쪽 측면의 강력한 엔진 이태성 FC 서울의 강력한 디펜더 김주성 서울의 새로운 이rak 디펜더
축구 팬 여러분 안녕하십니까? 캐스터 배성재입니다. 서울 월드컵 경기장에서 전해드립니다. 역동과 감독 하나은행 K리그1 2024 3라운드 경기 FC 서울과 제주 유나이티드의 맞대결 생중계해드리겠습니다. 박문성 해설위원과 함께합니다.
네.
자, 홈팀 FC 서울 지난 라운드 경인 더비를 이곳에서 치렀는데 무려 5만 1,000명이 몰려와서 어마어마한 관중 주자를 기록했습니다.
네.
하지만 그 경기에서 승리를 거두지 못하고 아직까지 두 경기 동안 지금 득점이 없는데요.
그래서 오늘 김기동 감독은 변화를 선택을 했습니다.
예.
이라크 대표팀 출신의 플라카 선수 데려왔죠. 그래서 오늘 첫 경기를 치르게 되고 최존도 첫 선발입니다. 지난번에 교체로 뛰었으니까.
그렇습니다.
유재문도 선을 보입니다.
예. 자, 제주 유나이티드는 이제 1라운드 경기에서는 강원과 무승부를 기록했습니다만 지난 라운드 제주 홈 개막전에서는 또 대전을 홈으로 불러들여서 3대1로 승리를 거뒀고
네.
자, 현재 1승 1무 아직까지 패하지 않고 있고 자, 김학범 감독의 강력한 모습이 또 나오고 있습니다.
남길 감독 체제에서 정조국 대용으로 갔다가 이번 시즌 김학범 감독 체제로 지금 가고 있는데
예.
확실히 축구가 달라졌어요. 조금 더 직선적인 느낌이고 역동적입니다. 수비에서 공격으로 전환하는 속도, 템포도 좋아졌습니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 기성용 주장의 모습이 나오고 있는 FC 서울이기도 하고요. 자, 제주 임채민 주장의 또 모습이 나옵니다. 서울은 이번 시즌 그야말로 K리그 전체 흥행의 선두주자. 하지만 아직까지 1, 2라운드 광주 원정 경기 그리고 경인 더비 두 라운드에서 사실 팬들을 좀 실망시킨 부분이 있습니다.
승리가 없는 것도 문제지만 골이 아예 없어요.
예.
그리고 지금 유효 슈팅이 두 경기에서 4개밖에 되지 않습니다. 그래서 K리그 1에서 현재까지 놓고 보면 유효 슈팅 자체가 가장 적은 팀이에요.
그렇습니다. 자, 제주 유나이티드 작년과는 확실히 다른 모습을 보여주고 있습니다. 이번 시즌 모두 김기동 감독, 김학범 감독 두 팀이 감독이 바뀌었고 지난 시즌은 파이널 라운드 B에 있었는데 자, 제주는 지금 초반부터 자리를 잡고 있거든요.
맞아요. 축구가 달라졌다는 말씀 좀 드렸는데 선수들 개개인들도 좀 달라졌어요.
예.
이번에 체지방이라든지 체중에 대한 관리를 김학봉 감독이 좀 많이 했다고 합니다.
아하.
대표적으로 스트라이커인 유리가 이번에 체중을 6kg나 감량을 하고 시즌을 들어왔다고 합니다.
예. 자, 김학범 감독 아래서 뛰는 선수들은 역시 많이 뛰는 축구 그리고 체력을 앞세운 강한 압박을 또 요구하거든요.
맞습니다. 이제 그게 결과로 지금 나타나고 있고 사실 그래서 부담감은 서울이 좀 더 클 수는 있어요.
예. 자, 미드필드도 굉장히 장악을 원하는 김학범 감독이기도 한데 자, 두 경기에서 1실점씩을 했습니다. 대전과 강원 상대 팀들이 슈팅을 적게 때린 건 아니었고 유효 슈팅 숫자도 많았습니다만 실제 기대 실점은 상당히 적은 편이었고 1실점씩만 했습니다.
네. 이제 서울의 가장 큰 문제는 이따 경기 보면서도 말씀드리겠지만 미드필더에 있습니다.
예.
오늘 경기 앞두고도 김기동 감독이 농담 삼아 내가 현역으로 돌아가서 미드필더로 뛰고 싶다라는 이야기를 할 정도였는데 오늘 미드필더에 유재문 선수를 투입시키면서 약간 변화를 줬는데 이게 어떠한 조합으로 나타날지 한번 지켜보겠습니다.
예. 자, 김기동 감독 이름에 걸맞지 않게 지금 팀의 기동력 문제가 나오고 있는데
맞아요.
팀의 공수전한 기동력 문제가 나오게 되니까 또 역시 라인을 김기동 감독 팀스럽게 올리지 못하는 문제가 발생합니다.
그렇죠. 그러니까 미드필더에서 뛰는 양이라든지 전체적으로 기동력이 떨어지다 보니까 라인을 올리지 못해요.
예.
김기동 감독은 포항 시절의 기동 타격대 라인을 앞쪽으로 올려놓고 거기서 압박을 해서 끌어내면 빠르게 카운터를 때리는 축구였는데
예.
그럼 라인을 올려야 되잖아요. 근데 미드필더가 기동력이 떨어지니까 라인을 올리지 못하고 벌어지니까 어떤 현상? 계속 롱볼이라든지 횡패스, 백패스만 지금 이어지고 있습니다.
예, 간헐적으로 나오는 이제 롱볼 패스, 기성용 선수를 포함해서 굉장히 정확하게 전달할 수 있는 선수는 있습니다만 역시 기동 타격대 스타일의 축구에 비해서는 확률이 이제 떨어질 수 있거든요.
네, 그런 점에서 2라운드 때는 일본에서 영입한 시게이로.
예.
근데 오늘 시게이로는 이제 아예 명단에서 빠졌고요. 유재문 선수를 오늘 선발로 뒀어요. 기성용 선수와 함께 한승규, 요 미드필더 조합이 오늘은 어느 정도의 활약을 보여줄지 이게 좀 포인트입니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 양팀 선수들이 입장을 하고 있는데 서울, 특히 이제 김기동 축구는 약속된 플레이들이 나와야 사실 살아나거든요.
패턴 플레이가 좀 있어야 되는데
예.
앞에 두 경기는 사실 그게 좀 약했어요.
자, 수비의 안정감은 이제 1라운드 2실점, 2라운드는 뭐 홈관중 앞에서 2라운드 무실점을 기록하긴 했습니다만 득점을 하지 못했다는 게 서울 입장에서 상당히 아쉬움으로 남겠습니다.
네.
자, 오늘은 센터백 조합도 바꾸고 중원 조합도 바꾸고 측면에서도 약간의 또 변화를 가져가고 있습니다.
측면에 이제 박동진 선수, 링가디의 지금 모습이네요.
예,
링가디가 오늘 혹시 선발일까에 대한 있었지만 지금 교체로 준비 중입니다.
그렇습니다. 1라운드
So we've reached round 3 of the 2024 Hana Bank K-League 1 season, the last before this campaign's first international break, and FC Seoul will not want to be winless going into that hiatus. Their visitors this afternoon are the strong starting Jeju United, who enjoyed a 3-1 victory over Daejeon Hana Citizen last week, taking them up to third at this early stage of the season, while a defeat and a draw have left Seoul languishing just a point and a place above bottom, despite the high-profile signing of Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard mania brought over 50,000 fans to this Seoul World Cup stadium last Sunday for the goalless draw with Incheon United for the third round running. Former Man United man will start on the bench. We have just seen that 4-3-3 lineup though, with several changes. Cho Young-uk returns to a front three. Woo Jae-moon gets the nod in the middle. Last week we saw Takuya Shigehiro, loanee from Japan, start and then brought off during the first half. He doesn't feature in the squad at all this time. Reben Solaka, Iraq international, features to make his full debut in the central defensive position alongside Kim Joo-sung. Well, as well as Jesse Lingard on the bench, Alexander Palisevich is dropped. So too is Im Sang-hyuk. Willian back from injury to feature on the bench as well. Chejun at right back featured from the bench last time and impressed. And this is the Jeju side that will have to confront those Seoul changes. Well, it's an unchanged lineup from the team that swept aside Daejeon in the end. Yuri Jonathan with 2 penalties on that occasion, starting up front with Thales, 3 Brazilians, in fact, in the starting 11. Italo in midfield, and the option of bringing a fourth on from the bench, Reyes. It's a pretty standard 4-4-2 formation from manager Kim Hak-pam, who's taken on this Jeju job this season, his first K-League management position since 2017. There he is. Did impress more recently in charge of South Korea's under-23 side, winning some nice trophies in the process. Asian Games gold, AFC under-23 championship as well. And this Jeju side will feel this is, yes, always an interesting trip. Seoul World Cup Stadium, a relatively big atmosphere, certainly a big arena. But they may also feel like it's a good time to play Seoul. And they are out of form, struggling to get going under new manager Kim Ki-dong. And there is a whistle to get us underway, and the fireworks as well. So Seoul in red, black, Jeju travelling in white outside of their usual tangerine. Ki Sung-young wearing the captain's armband for Seoul in the middle, number 6. So much experience, but that has not translated into success since he returned to Korea. Im Jae-min wearing the captain's armband for Jeju. Well, alongside him, Song Joo-hoon. It's been an impressive defensive duo this season. Seoul are one of only 2 teams, along with Incheon, yet to score in their opening rounds. Roo Jae-moon, slightly high boot there, catching Han Jong-woo, who's the under-22 starting for Jeju. Here's Ilyachenko. This is a bit more progressive already compared with the first couple of rounds from Seoul. Looking to create a chance in the box. Criticisms of them were plentiful, but one of the problems they've had is slow-moving build-up play until it's too late. Another foul conceded by Roo Jae-moon. This time bringing down Italo. And only a yellow card already inside the opening 2 minutes. A lot of noise being created. Not quite as many away fans as we saw travel with Incheon, the short distance from Incheon to Seoul last weekend. Jeju is off the peninsula to the south. Popular holiday destination. Does mean that it's a bit more of a trip for Jeju every time they go away. Ki Sung-young battling through midfield, finding space out on the right with Cho Young-wook. They're not in any mood to wait, Seoul here. They're looking to get into and around Jeju's box, and there's a corner. First half last week, Lingard was brought on during the first half, mainly because things were not working. It'll be interesting to see whether they wait till half time on this occasion. Jeju fans just behind that corner. And you can see Solaka and Ilyachenko lining up with Kim Ju-sung and Cho Young-wook. Kim Tae-hwan, number 16, a signing from the relegated Blue Wings. Tenacious as ever. Ki Sung-young with a high ball across, headed away by Lee Ju-young. Back in again, Ki Sung-young. Loses possession. Quickly fed forward by Kim Sung-seo. And then the challenge is there from Han Sung-kyu. I think some fans have expressed question marks over what is Seoul's best 11, but if Palasevich is not part of the best 11, you almost wonder whether they're using Palasevich correctly. He was a big signing from Pohang once upon a time. Obviously, Jesse Lingard would be, when fully fit, starting, you would think. Highest paid player in the whole league, let alone Seoul. Cho Young-uk, across, now Roo Jae-moon. Willian may be someone that we get to see off the bench as well. You know, he's capable of unlocking defences. Sulaka. In for Kwon Wan-kyu, who is on the bench. And Ite-sok with Ilychenko. Well, the touch from Ilychenko was a little heavy, but again, I think Seoul fans will enjoy the fact that Seoul are being a bit more progressive in this game already than what we've seen in the opening 2 rounds. Lingard came on from the bench in the opening round against Gwangju away. It was a promising cameo, but it's all a bit flat last week against Incheon. Now Thales, real versatile player apparently, only in his mid-20s. Kim Tae-won's left-footed cross beyond Yuri Jonathan, and that's dangerous, you'd think, from Cho Young-uk trying to chip it out of the box, but I think that's been another concern for years now for Seoul, as Sulaka, heavy touch, ensures the ball goes out safely, but Lee Ju-yong fell to the ground in the process. Would have been a very soft penalty to concede, but still, you've got to mind the contact in those situations. Jeju trying to play their way into this game. Manager Kim Hak-bom, highly respected in Korea, had a friendly exchange with Seoul's manager just a few moments before this game started. Jae-moon. Again, Seoul not clearing their lines, and sometimes you think, well, if you're struggling or confidence is low, just put your foot through it, and then once you're safe, think about the nice touches and keep the score at 0-0 at least. But as I said, up the other end, Seoul might be doing more than just thinking about the score being level, because they've not had a clear-sighted goal yet, but the build-up play has suggested it might not be too far away. Roo Jae-moon. It's a fairly powerful pass directed in the box area. Cho Young-uk probably would have struggled to bring that down, but it was cleared anyway. No free kick for Jeju. Kang Sang-woo had a difficult debut last weekend. Like Takuya Shigehiro, just thrown straight into the starting 11. Kang Sang-woo was known well by manager Kim Ki-dong from their time at Pohang together. Jeju actually played really well on the left-hand side for Seoul last weekend. Now in his generally more natural position of right back. Kim Ju-sung. Kang Sang-woo just knocking it back. He's out that left-hand side in front of Itae-sung. Sulaka, the long-range pass, aiming for Tae-jun. That's worked out well for Jeju because clearance was one of those where you just clear the danger, but Ki Sung-yong's headed it out. Seoul retained stripes on their shirt this year, but it's a bit of a shift from the classic AC Milan look that we've been used to. Kim Ju-sung, Ilyachenko. Big game for this Ilyachenko. He wasn't started in the first. Oh, Salaka and the goalkeeper having to be on the same page there. Salaka riding the danger, really. Could have been an embarrassing moment. Seoul dealt with it. Yeah, I was just going to say Ilyachenko now getting a second start in a row. And a team that's not firing. Well, a striker is going to be blamed for that, inevitably, if they don't start finding the back of the net. Whether or not they are solely at fault for that. Tissa, cross. Feels like Seoul's formation is difficult to compare entire games with what we've seen in just 10 minutes in this one, but it feels like compared with the first two rounds, Seoul are playing a bit more like Kim Ki-dong's Pohang with the back four. Somewhat surprising how they are very reminiscent of last season, the way they opened the season this time around, despite the change in management. Itae-sung. High cross, and Choi Young-wook was ready to fire it in. It was an air kick at the end because his opposite number, Lee Ju-yong, cleared it away. Ilyachenko. That looks like another corner. Though Jeju are furious with the decision. That was the earlier clearance, very important. Back header from Lee Ju-yong. Ki Sung-yong will take this, just making sure the surface is nice and even before he does so. Outswinger, just above the head of Sulaka. Ilyachenko will chase this down before it goes out. Oh, off the hand. Han Jong-wook. "20-year-old Han featured nearly 20 times last season. And Ki Sung-yong will take a free kick instead of the throw. Looked like it would have been, but for the hand contact. And this just needs a touch, and it found a touch, but Yuri Jonathan, defensive duty. Coordinating with his captain Im Jae-min. Kim Ki-sung again coming across to take this corner. Earlier today, Daejeon won, Gangwon won. Ki's corner. Cho Young-hook trying to bring it down. It's Kim Ju-sung who hurt himself there actually. That might just raise hopes of a penalty shout. Looks like there's a review still in progress. First glance I wasn't sure, but watching it back, I mean the fact that this review is taking time does catch him. Manager Kim Ki-dong looks like he's expressing his opinion on the matter. And is this going to be a review pitch side? Oh, this is a dangerous moment for Jeju. And you can hear the crowd's anticipation. I'd like to see this again. Maybe from another angle as well. I said earlier about Sulaka in the box up the other end. You know, you make contact. It's going to be challenging to. Oh, let's just look at that one more time. Leg comes through. I think that probably is going to be given as a penalty. Because he's had to go through the leg of Kim Ju-sung. And it's a bit of a nightmare for Han Jong-moo because it was his handball that led to the free kick and the build-up to that. And now it looks like he's conceded a penalty, though the referee continues to look over and over again. Kim Ju-sung's gone down. He's been caught. The replay has shown there's no or very minimal contact with the ball. VAR obviously felt there was enough in it. It's a bad penalty to give away from Jeju's point of view. There wasn't necessarily a huge amount of danger. Cho Young-hook was trying to set up a shot from the edge of the box, but you'd rather take your chances with that than conceding a penalty. But it's not been given yet. In the meantime, Kim Ju-sung, the man who may have just won this opportunity at a spot kick, receives some instructions from Kim Ki-dong. Still, we wait. Trepidation on the face of Han Jong-moo. Well, the lesson again, make contact in the box. You've got to make sure it's absolutely clean. VAR may come for you. In case there's any doubt as to which team we were watching, it's the home side. Well, the referee's taken a long, long time and has pointed to the spot. It's a tough job being a referee, but I'm not sure why there was such a long delay in deciding that. You see them given all the time, that type of challenge will quite often be given as penalty. It just felt, in live viewing at first, it felt a little bit innocuous. The more you look back on it in slow motion, it does feel like a penalty. You can understand the VAR officials advising the referee to look at it again. Standing in the way of Ilichenko is a key player for Jeju United, their goalkeeper Kim Dong-jun. Earned a dozen odd clean sheets last season. Being reminded to stay on his line. Here is Ilichenko, and it's in the back of the net. Calmly puts the goalkeeper the wrong way. And I said, when you are the striker, it's all about goals. Doesn't matter how they come. Yuri Jonathan scored 2 penalties last weekend. Ilichenko gets 1 on the board, and inside 20 minutes, Seoul have their first goal of 2024. A brighter start from Seoul today, as we said. If there was a concern, it might have been just a couple of defensive moments where they weren't overly convincing and perhaps struggling to find space inside Jeju's defensive third. Those things were not necessarily going to haunt Seoul. And being 1-0 up gives them something to build on. Might even see a bit of swagger come into their play. And we haven't even had Jesse Lingard on yet. Eben Salaka lets it roll out. Seoul seeing plenty of the ball so far. Lingard with Kang Song-jin to his right, Halasevich to his left. Ki Song-yeon firing out towards the left. Kang Sang-woo is a quality player. Kang Sang-woo yet to really get going in this game. Or in a Seoul shirt, full stop so far. It's a nice created ball from Ki Song-yeon. Here's Ru Jae-mun. Chips it across. Does well to find Kang Sang-woo in space. He doesn't really connect with it cleanly, and it's comfortably wide from Jeju's point of view. Lovely ball from Ru Jae-mun. I think disappointing thing for Seoul. Got Han Sung-kyu running through the middle. Little touch. And maybe 2-0 now. Itae-seok plays it on for Kang Sang-woo to chase. Too much for him. Ilichenko. And then Ru Jae-mun for Cho Young-wook to chase. Chejun. This is much better from Seoul. Kim Ju-sung. Salaka gets away with the pass. It was deflected. Chejun. Brilliant play. The cross not able to find Ilichenko, but it has found Kang Sang-woo. No free kick. And what an effort! What a goal! Ki Song-yeon, 2-0. Well, we've seen this season Ki Song-yeon struggling to find himself in that sort of position, but we know he can strike them like that. That was about as sweet a strike as we'll hope to see all afternoon. And he will receive plenty of love for it. And is this Seoul's season being ignited? The cross looked like it might lose track of anyone in a Seoul shirt, but Kang Sang-woo did well to play it back to Ki Sung-yong. I'm not sure about the goalkeeping from that angle, I've got to say, because let's have a look. I think it's gone through a crowd of bodies and the goalkeeper's down on the ground, Kim Dong-jun. Might have just been unsighted slightly and anticipated a low drive. Take nothing away from the clean strike from Ki. I'm sure Jeju were pointing out to the referee that there'd been a tussle involving Kang Sang-woo in the build-up to the goal. But said at the time, I still think it now, it was a clean sliding challenge. Not so much that one though. Ki Sung-yong will be booked. And plenty of incidents so far inside 25 minutes. Daegu have just taken the lead against Suwon FC in their game. Kicked off at the same time as this one I mentioned briefly earlier. Daejeon relying on a late equaliser, home to Gangwon. And you would say that it's not been quite a bright start as some would have expected for Daejeon with the signings they made. According to the live league table, Seoul leap into the top half of the table from second bottom with this scoreline. Lucky for that man, Kim Ki-dong, still very early days, and the defeat and draw so far will be quickly forgotten if they string a few wins together. Just going into the international break with time to work on things off the back of a victory is always a sweeter feeling. Jeju didn't really enjoy playing Seoul last season for what it's worth. They met 4 times, Seoul 2 wins, 2 draws. Choi Young-hook back with Sulaka, will be enjoying the very fact that he's in the starting 11 and suddenly Seoul's fortunes change. Jeju back with Ki Sung-yong, the goal scorer of the second. Lee Tae-seok. It's amazing how things can change in football. Manager Kim Ki-dong had a pre-season for whatever reason. Came into the Gwangju game, then the Incheon game, unable to implement the Kim Ki-dong style, but it's been on evidence today. Roo Jae-moon caught in possession and the whistle has blown. Italo frustrated visibly. referee having a word with Kim Sung-sub there. But, it's the kind of thing Seoul have to be wary of. Getting caught in possession in defence, they sometimes can be a little sluggish at the back and a little prone to playing with fire. Kim Ju-sung looked for a long-range pass there, didn't quite connect, but they've still won a free kick out of it. Ki-sung-young's pass is well beyond Ilyichenko, who raises a thumb. Gratitude for the effort. Jeju will make a double change. Well, manager Kim Hak-bom, there was some talk around him giving youth a chance, avoiding the quick substitutions that we saw sometimes under his predecessor. I think in the context of this game, it's more about just being 2-0 down. Remains to be seen whether the under-22 Han Jong-woo will be among those brought off. But a couple of attacking options will be joining us soon. Seoul looking more comfortable there, playing it out from their own half. Chejun, Ki Sung-young, or floating in the air, and then Kang Sang-woo. Kang Sung-kyu lifts it back crossfield to Chejun, who's more advanced now, and then the cross into the box, headed away. And just when it looked like Jeju might break, Chejun is there. What a signing from Busan, former Ulsan player. Some excitement around his acquisition. Of course, all of Seoul's winter signings are somewhat overshadowed by the arrival of Jesse Lingard, but you could say that Chejun is equally important. Especially if he keeps defending well and creating chances down that right-hand side. Choi Young-wook, that looked like a free kick, but it also looked like the referee wasn't going to give anything. Blew the whistle quite late. The live league table with Seoul FC losing shows Seoul up in 4th on the same number of points as Jeju. Still time for Jeju to turn this around, but it's that time of the season where one result can make a huge difference to confidence, to league table position. And though Ulsan have looked like they're going to continue where they left off by winning their opening 2 games, you've got to say that there will come times in the season where Ulsan will falter. And they've shown that in the last couple of years when they've won the title. And if another team like a Seoul and or a Jeonbuk can hang on to their coattails, they might just find themselves in a position to challenge for the title. That is very premature talk right now. Ilyichenko playing it back. Confirmation of the 2 substitutes. 2 wide players off. Han Jong-woo and Kim Sung-sub. Reyes left on the bench, but on Seo Jin-soo. believe that was Kim Song-ho. Sorry, Jin Song-ho. Just trying to confirm the number 18. Yes, and there he was with a touch back to Lee Ji-young. So Jin Song-ho on the left. Number 14, Sergeant Soo on the right in front of Kim Tae-hwan. Although he may come central with Thales drifting out to the right. Thales can play on both sides. A trip, a whistle, and a yellow card. Kim Tae-hwan, the former Blue Wings man. No love lost between the Blue Wings and Seoul, and the boos ring out. It looked like clumsiness originally, but a very important foul, you might say. That could have taken us to another big chance for Seoul. Daegu had been bottom of the table, the only side below Seoul before this game. Daegu winning. You can say that, well, if Seoul were to lose this game, they'd find themselves potentially bottom of the table this weekend. Nice idea from Jeju. Here's the goal again from Ki Song-yong. I don't know if the goalkeeper slips. What exactly has happened there? But the position of the ball, as sweetly as it may have been struck, the position of the ball would demand a save if the goalkeeper stayed on his feet. Ilyichenko. Hansung-gyu over to Ilyichenko again. Roo Jae-moon, Kim Ju-sung and Ki Sung-yong playing it short. This is so much better from Seoul than the opening two rounds. The cross searching for Ilyichenko. I'm sure Jesse Lingard will be relishing the chance to get involved as a yellow card comes out very quickly for the substitute, Jin Sung-ho, and players are tussling over it. I believe it was Roo Jae-moon in the challenge, yes, number 29. Well, understandable that Jeju would be feeling frustrated at this point. I think the argument that's being made is that Roo Jae-moon was guilty of a foul in the build-up to that, and that Jin Sung-ho has kind of given him a bit of what he just dished out. Oh, we're in double figures for fouls already in this game. Ki Sung-yong chipping it forward, just beyond the reach of Kim Ju-sung. If he can able to head it back across, he had options in the middle. Ilyichenko and Roo Jae-moon were advancing. Jae-min playing it Che Young-jun. Che Young-jun will be well known to manager Kim Ki-dong with his past exploits in the Pohang midfield. Sulaka making contact with Jonathan, or Yuri Jonathan, and referee ignoring his protests, the Brazilian. Ki Sung-yong comes back to collect, but it's been important that he's been willing to push further forward this game, Ki. Yuri Jonathan keeping it in play. And Ki Sung-yong held the ball there, needed to win the free kick because of it. And Yuri Jonathan is not happy. Jeju's foul count alone is into double figures. So just slowing it down a little bit from the back there. 2-0 up, they can afford a little bit of grace. Ito's up. Unfortunate touch of the ball. Jeju won. Got there quickly enough. It looks like he's going to be the favoured first choice goalkeeper for some time, at least until he makes an error that would allow Vic Chongbom back in. Jeju trying to pick out Taejun, but throw in. And Jesse Lingard. Everywhere he goes, eyes are on him. One of the, if not the most highly rated managers in Korean football, Kim Ki-dong, taking on what seemed like the impossible job. Seoul with so much unfulfilled potential. But is this the season where the fortunes change? Ki Sung-yong leaves it for Chejun. Into Ru Jae-moon, who slipped. There's been a lot of talk about this surface after the ball bobbled to prevent Jesse Lingard from striking the ball cleanly when in a good position against Incheon last week. Also about surfaces across the country. It's not looking too bad, really, today, compared with some of the other surfaces we've seen. And it always is going to be an issue in Korea. Come out of the winter, cold weather barely behind us, very dry weather. If you look at the grass along the Han River in Seoul, it's all a pale yellow, hard ground look to it. They're fighting against nature with these surfaces. Reben Sulaka forward to Han Sung-kyu, goes back to Kim Ju-sung. And then Ki Song-yong, a long diagonal ball, finds Lee Tae-seok. Is it still in play? No whistle. Han Sung-ju. And then Ru Jae-moon, Ilyichenko, Chejun, Ilyichenko beaten in the air. Italo caught. And yellow card for Cho Young-wook. Yet another yellow card in this game. They are adding up now. Cho Young-wook, Lee Sung-yong, and Ru Jae-moon all on yellow cards for Seoul. Kim Tae-won and Jin Sung-wook for Jeju. What's that? 5 yellow cards at least in this game so far. And not quite at half time yet. Well, we had quite a long VAR review, didn't we? 6 minutes to be added. Jeju would love a goal to take them into half time, though it would be against the run of play. Lee Ju-young, not a million miles off, but didn't really look like he was going to test the goalkeeper the moment it left his boot. I think there was a whiff of offside there. Not sure about position exactly when the ball was played, but anyway, as you can see, not too far off, but not close enough either. Ru Jae-moon playing it short for Lee Tae-seok, and then Sulaka. FC Seoul with as many attempts in this game, I think, as they had in their opening 2 rounds combined. Ki Song-yong. Chejun. Lovely ball. Ki Song-yong. Well, that's a throw for Jeju. It looked like he'd been rather unceremoniously pushed to the ground. Linesman had a great view of it. Key down again. Travelling crowd enjoying the clearance from Italo. Bit of showmanship amidst the gloomy first half for Jeju. There he is again. Italo is almost like a cross between players that we've seen in the league before. He's got the lankiness of Osmar when he played number 5 for Seoul until this season. He's not able to track back there, and no, that's right in front of the referee. Tae-seok is guilty of that, no question. A mistimed challenge, and he's going to be booked as well. It's a reckless one, more out of desperation probably than anything else. See him charging through there. And Song Ju-hoon is caught. But if you're going to give a yellow card for every one of those, well, we're going to see at least 6 more yellows, you'd think, in this game, because the challenges are flying through. I'm not sure what to say about Kim Tae-won's shirt there, but Han Sung-kyu has had a handful of it. Italo breaking up play. German getting the better of the duel there. Jeju, then Ilychenko, who's got to fulfill the target man role, and does it well there. Still got nearly 2 minutes left of this half. Cho Young-uk dropping very deep. Lays it across to Kim Ju-sung. And then Ilychenko. Kang Sang-woo and Itae connecting. Or is that Han Sung-kyu? I think Han Sung-kyu's actually gone across to the left and Kang Sang-woo has come central. So it's Han Sung-kyu again in a position that had been filled by Kang Sang-woo, but a bit of a tactical switch mid-game. Here is Kang Sang-woo though. Seoul slowing it right down. Solaka, well, he played the ball to Ki Sung-yong, but couldn't quite get the direction. Seoul have lost a lot of territory, put themselves in danger at the end of this half. Ki Sung-yong with a lunge did enough. Lee Ju-yong's cross. Thales was there, not able to get on the end of it. Just feel like that whole opportunity for Jeju was avoidable from Seoul's point of view. They laid themselves into danger. 2-0 is a good lead, but it's not unassailable as the half-time whistle blows. And we haven't even seen Jesse Lingard yet. Managed to get to half-time, Seoul, without calling for their superhero signing. But no doubt we will see him come on at some point in the second half. There might not be 50,000 plus here today, but there's enough to maintain the interest in seeing that former Man United man introduced. Maybe today is the perfect opportunity to see him just showboating a little bit, for once coming to a side that looks like it might take all 3 points. Join us for the second half in just a few minutes.
자, 이번 핑크색인가요? 축하합니다. 셋의 커플을 구성해서 30만 원 상당의 캠핑 세트 축하드립니다. 좋은 선물 아직도 많이 남아있어요. 어떤 상황이 기다려있습니다. 프로스펙트에서 서울까지 자켓과 신발 세트, 자켓과 신발 두 컬레 40만 원 상당의 선물 축하드리고요. 자, 아직 출발 남았어요. 갑시다. 앤서로 갑니다. 앤서로 갑니다. 이렇게 아직 부족해요. 더 넣어줘야 돼. 오케이. 그러면 저는 볼게요. 3번이요. 3번 선택되셨습니다. 3번 선택볼까요? 다음 시간에서 50만 상당의 H사연부 최신의 탁지기 선물로 드립니다. 맛있게 건강하게 드세요. 자, 맛있는 선물 가자! 자, 이번 선물입니다. 우리 4명, 5명, 더워져! 자, 훌륭한 저희 여성분 마지막 선물 드리도록 하겠습니다. 출발! 자, 훌륭한 식품을 훌륭한 영양제로부터 건강한 문화를 만들어가는 그라노로지에서 그라노로지 음식으로 30만 원 상품권을 선물로 드립니다.
네, 하고 있습니다. 지금 운동 경기 종목으로 경감증을 만나서 경감증 안내 축하드리겠습니다.
자, 이제 우리가 하나 될 시간입니다. 모두 휴대폰 플래시를 켜주시고요. 우리의 서울 함께 노래 부르면서 응원하도록 하겠습니다. 우리의 서울. 자, 노래 아시면 같이 불러주시면 감사하겠습니다. 잠깐만 하겠습니다. 잘 생각하시게 해주세요. 자, 우리 같이 노래 부를 거예요, 이제. 서울 위에 서울 준비하시고 같이 서울에
So the second half about to get underway at Seoul World Cup Stadium. Jeju United have it all to do. 2-0 down against a side that were yet to score this season in their opening 2 rounds and hardly even looked like scoring when they went away to Gwangju and then home to Incheon United. But Seoul's season has been ignited. Penalty put away by Ilichenko, and then a long-range effort from Ki Sung-yong. And just generally a far more confident, progressive, attacking Seoul side. Better balance. Chejun starting at right back has made a difference. Some other personal changes besides. Palasevich, talented midfielder, dropped to the bench, but it's worked with Roo Jae-moon in the centre. Han Sung-kyu and Ki Sung-yong also in there, making a 3-man field, really. I mean, it's fairly flexible, but basically a 4-3-3 from Seoul. Kim Ju-sung with an early foul. We saw plenty of fouls in the first half. And 4 bookings for Seoul, 2 bookings for Jeju. And Reyes is on for Thales. I saw a number 10 coming on at half-time. I thought for a moment, here comes Lingard, but Jesse Lingard, Seoul's number 10, remains on the bench for now. Which will give us an opportunity to hear this stadium erupt when he does appear for his introduction, which does seem inevitable. They're not in need of resting any players with the international break coming up. Jeju had a very strong start when you consider the 3-1 win against Daejeon last weekend particularly. Italo conceding the free kick but hurting himself in the process. Ki Sung-yong, the player caught. Kim Ju-sung attempted a long pass, now heading it skyward. Roo Jae-moon, Ilichenko, and a bit of hesitation from Jeju. Hong Sang-woo can't pick out Ilichenko, but there will be another chance for a throw for Seoul. Seoul's mission, you would probably like to think, would be to keep pushing forward and grow an adventure in this game, but they might want to do at a minimum is to ensure they don't concede. It's one goal from Jeju any time could start to make things rather tense, given Seoul's frailties before this game. Reyes, Sojin Su looking to play it on. And Sulaka in a bit of a mix-up, but rescues it. Nice chip forward for Reyes. He can't get hold of it. Jeju not looking dangerous at the moment in this game. Not looking like they're going to forge the sort of chances that they would need. But can they do something about it now? One thing is they are playing with a bit more energy from the midfield. Kim Tae-hwan through to Italo. And then ricocheted away beyond the reach of Jin Sung-wook. Tae-hwan. Oh, Sojin Su. Out of nowhere, really, but Jeju have reminded themselves they can attempt to go for goal. Big change for Seoul's defence. Has been mainly on the right side of defence because Lee Tae-seok and Kim Ju-sung on the left is a fairly familiar combination of left back and central defender. But Revin Sulaka and Chejun completely untested. Seems to have helped Seoul's cause, including going forward through Chejun. But he's beaten there. Jin Sung-wook. Woo Jae-moon. Seoul looked to bring it away. Ilyichenko's gone down, some pain. He's gone down with a head injury, but the referee's not convinced. Jae-min. Ilyichenko is on his feet again. With Daegu beating Suwon FC at the moment. It's looking like a topsy-turvy table already. As we're still in round 3. Very difficult to predict who's going to be in the relegation battle this season. And also pretty difficult to know who's going to join likely title leaders Ulsan. And Ki Sung-yong gets their first. Kang Sang-woo with a chance down the left-hand side for Seoul. Back to Ki. The cross comes over for Cho Young-wook. It's headed away from him. Chejun with the header back to Cho. It's closely guarded by Lee Ju-yong and Reyes. Then Italo. Ki Sung-yong makes the tackle look easy on Tae Hong-jun. And Ilyichenko picks up the loose ball. Cho Young-wook again on the right-hand side. Connecting well with Chejun over and over again. Ki Sung-yong. Seoul won't mind this too much. This current stalemate in the opening 7.5 minutes of the second half. Jesse Lingard earning the applause of the crowd in that corner where he's warming up, along with Alexander Palasevich. Advantage played for Jeju to attack now. Jin Sung-wook has Kim Tae-hwan, uses him. The left-footed cross is headed forward by Sulaka. Sulaka looks like very decent defensive option for Seoul. The only moments where he's looked slightly less certain today, and it's not been a danger, really. It's just been when he's been asked repeatedly to pass across the back. Not sure how comfortable he is. Kim Ju-sung is complaining. Leapt into the back of Sergeant Su. It's a free kick, Jeju. Reyes will look to deliver this free kick. It's comfortably headed away, at least as far as the edge of the box, and then Ki Sung-yong gives Kang Sang-woo something to chase, and it's out of play. And here's the moment. The crowd know it. Jesse Lingard for the third round running, a substitute appearance. He's featured at different times. Came on in the first half of their last match when things weren't quite going according to plan against Incheon. Confident start in this one has kept him at bay as he works towards match fitness. And while Jeju have been asking a few questions in this second half, no very clear chances, but questions nonetheless, and it's a good time for Seoul to steer some momentum back in their favour through the Lingard substitution. Possibly for Han Sung-kyu. Kang Sang-woo's cross. Straight at the goalkeeper in the end. But Palacevic is also coming on, so that raises a question mark of exactly who will be coming off. It might be that Palacevic comes in for Han Sung-kyu and Lingard goes into a more advanced position, or will they take off two of their central midfielders at once, Roo Jae-moon and Han Sung-kyu? Roo is on a yellow card, but it's quite a shift in the midfield to bring them both off. You've got Kang Sang-woo, Cho Young-woo, both very active in this game so far. Whoever comes off is probably not going to feel like they want to. And that makes a nice change for Seoul. It's not been so much fun playing for them in recent history. We wait for the changes. It looks like the referee is urging Ki Sung-yong to take this. Palacevic looked like he was already on the field. And Roo Jae-moon will make way, and so too will Han Sung-kyu. Exactly the two men that I mentioned. So they are like-for-like changes, no tactical switching. It's just important that Seoul, with two alterations right in the heart of their midfield, they don't lose their way here. Crowd chanting the names of the two players. just come off. And now chanting the name of Palacevic. And now Lingard. What feels like a little extra gustos. Lingard complains that his shirt being pulled, and it is ripped. Well, we saw in the first half, Kim Tae-hwan of Jeju's shirt, much more ripped than that even. The whole of the side was taken out. Now bringing it out of the Jeju defence, Song Joo-hoon, Lee Ji-young. Kim Dong-jun passing it forward for Cheong-jun. It's a big 10 minutes or so now in this game. Jeju can exploit what might feel like a frailty in that Seoul midfield. Could see the old pendulum swing. Palacevic can be very effective going forward, a good passer of the ball. It's not a defensive destroyer in the mould of Roo Jae-moon. So Kim Tae-hwan with the throw. And Jin Sung-ho got the touch, then Im Jae-min with the block to prevent Lingard from taking it away. And Palacevic was in the right place there. Still Jeju commit men forward. It's better from the visitors. Kim Tae-hwan runs completely away from him. Jin Sung-ho trying to weave his way through again. It's Lingard there. Lingard having to perform a defensive role when I'm sure what he wants to be doing is running with the ball forward. Choi Chol-won. Milichenko rising, gets there ahead of Italo. Can't find Lingard with the flick on though. Sulaka and then Ki Sung-young. Trip. A little bit of contact in front of the referee. Nothing too malicious. He's just played it around Che, who's not been able to move out the way of the challenge. Palacevic. Then Itesa. Lingard. Oh, this time the referee was in his way. Palacevic managing to do enough there. And another clearance from Choi Chol-won. Well, it's out of play. It's not the best kick, but it's far better than what Seoul have been guilty of in the past. Creating problems for themselves at the back, just trying to be a bit too clever. Kim Tae-hwan. And then Jin Sung-ho. Lingard putting some pressure on Im Jae-min. And then Kang Sang-ho sliding in, but it looks like an offside. Sulaka with the clearance. It found Pang Sang-woo, and then Ilyichenko was looking to burst through the middle. Kim Tae-won had to clear it away. Reyes. Italo. Referee thought about that and decided foul play from Ki Sung-yong on Italo. Ki Sung-yong is on a yellow card. Sojin Soo, well tackled by Kim Ju-sung there. Seoul through Cho Young-woo, and then Ilyichenko just beaten to it by Im Jae-min, who plays it safe. Seoul starting to reawaken their attacking options again. Slightly subdued start to the second half for them compared with the first, but it's very much to be expected. Jeju would rally somewhat, 2-0 down, receiving a team talk at half-time, making some personnel changes. Now Palasevich playing it to Lingard, and Seoul keep it in play with Chejun and then Ilyichenko, who's looking for Palasevich. Wonder what Lingard was trying to do there. Game had stopped anyway, but it's almost like he was trying to chip the keeper. One of the danger areas for Lingard that he's got to watch out for is trying to do too much and getting frustrated because the expectations around him are high, but he's 1 of 11 on the field at any one time. Seoul not want Chejun injured, that's for sure. Lingard conceding the free kick, but more urgent attention comes the way of Chejun. Is that the shoulder? It looks pretty harmless there. It's almost like he's got existing shoulder injury. Don't know if he's had any dislocations there in the past, but it's like he's hurt something that they already knew about. I know they were bringing him into the first team gently. Park Dong-jin is immediately getting ready to come on. Park Dong-jin. We'll have to talk about in a moment because Jeju squandering an opening amidst the confusion. Through Sojin Soo. Sulaka. Out to Cho Young-woo. Lingard's the most advanced option there. Cho Young-woo has passed it in 2 options. He went for a third, which was a Jeju player. Lingard unable to pick up the reverse ball from Ki Sung-yong. And Chejun now seems able to run without too much difficulty, rejoining the defence. Shin Sung-woo. Yuri Jonathan was waiting with the header. Said it's Cho Young-woo. Another pass wayward from him. Just wonder in this situation whether especially with his match fitness still building, whether Lingard could play in a more advanced, slightly wider role rather than throwing him straight to the middle. Still onside. Spurs the opportunity. Well, I say still onside, it was offside, but it took a long, long time before that was indicated. Which is all the more shocking when you see that angle. So Park Dong-jin looked like he was about to come on for Jeju, because we saw him play right back already a couple of times this season. Park Dong-jin has been a striker in the past. He's been a central defender as well. Now he's going back up front with Ilyichenko off and Jeju remaining on. And Jesse Lingard gets an unripped shirt. What they will get from Park Dong-jin now is a handful for Jeju to deal with. Very energetic, tireless, aggressive, gets in the face of defenders. Decent change with 20 minutes left, plus maybe another few minutes of stoppages, 25 minutes plus to go. Quick change in this game from end to end, and Jeju having a look, they've got players overlapping. Jeju one making sure that Reyes' ball didn't cause any embarrassment. Jusung remained on the ground. Thought maybe with that kind of collision the referee would have stopped play before Jeju were able to take it again so quickly. Seoul also do have Willian, a wide option. One fact remains for Seoul. The chances have not been exactly abundant for them this game, nor this season. They may have found 2 goals today, but the expected goals, for what it's worth, will not be as high as they would have wanted, considering they've only had 2 attempts on target. One a penalty, one an effort from range that the goalkeeper probably should have stopped. So while a much improved performance today from Seoul compared with the first 2 rounds, there's still work to be done. I don't think manager Kim Ki-dong will be too worried about that at this point. He'll know the value of actually just winning a game, what that confidence will do for his management of this team. Jeju not moving in a particularly positive direction. Italo back on the ball. There's Lingard. Does seem to Jeju have the freedom in the 3 games we've seen him play so far to move where he wants. Seoul gets his foot through it for the clearance. Park Dong-jin holds it up for Hang Sang-woo. Then Captain Ki. And Yuri Jonathan. And Reyes to his right. Great opening for Jeju again, that they themselves have not done enough to look like scoring. Okay, 1 extra chance overall than Seoul, but only 1 on target. The difference between the sides today is not really happening for Jeju. Ki-sung-yeong with the corner. Palasevich lifting it up high. Cho Young-woo only raise it up in the air for the goal kick. Let's Jeju do something quite different. There's an air of inevitability about the outcome of this game. At 2-0, Seoul finally on course for their first 3 points. Kim Ju-sung again frustrated with the referee, conceding the free kick. Sergeants who felt the contact went down. Reyes and Lee Ju-yong, familiar duo standing over the dead ball. $13 fouls each. Had been something like 10-3 in the first half. Seoul with only 3 fouls. But we've seen the foul counter and the yellow cards rack up in this game. Lingard, Hang Sang-woo with the 2-man wall. No harm in the end, but Itae Sok trying to run it out rather than immediately seek to pick out a teammate, and Palasevich has won the free kick, lifting off any remaining pressure. Conceding the free kick there. Chae Young-jun was involved in the collision with Itae Sok before that. And Ki-sung-yeong looks at his options. Very much the FC Seoul quarterback, if you like. They go back across the defence and then feed it rightward, only to end up with Ki again. And then left-footed, conceding possession. That looks like a nasty collision based on Im Jae-min's reaction. And Park Dong-jin was involved in the challenge. There may be some sort of review here. There's a yellow card that's out already, but if this is an elbow, let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be more than a yellow. He does rise up and his arm is there, but it's not really the elbow that Im Jae-min is suggesting. Flag. Not a friend to Jeju. At a time of the game when they need to be mustering all the intensity they can. And the attendance is a little bit closer to last season's average than the 51,000 plus that we saw last week. But still an impressive tally for a home game against Jeju United, whose home base is as far as you can get off the south of the peninsula, the island of Jeju. Yuri Jonathan with a header back, Palacevic. I think there probably is also a realisation among those who did travel in numbers last week that Lingard is not going to be a magic wand that Seoul can simply wave and suddenly turn on the style. Reyes, challenge, takes it away. Jeju does concede the corner but relieves the pressure momentarily. And that had to be perfect, that contact. Jin Sung-ho bounces back into the goalkeeper's arms. Lingard. Control lets him down. Ki Sung-yong has it. He had a long spell out of football, Jesse Lingard. He's played in pre-season before the round started as Park Dong-jin and Im Jae-min tangle. Park Dong-jin to Ki Sung-yong. Wins the free kick. And as early evening hovers over Seoul World Cup Stadium, Ki Sung-yong with about 8 minutes to go till stoppage time. He's in a good position to cross into the box. Goalkeeper didn't make the most convincing contact. Jesse Lingard wasn't close enough. But here the chance to create something builds off the back of it. Still not gone for Seoul. Park Dong-jin rises with the touch. Kang Sang-ho. Well, in this red and black kit, Lingard can almost squint slightly and see him in the old Man United kit. It's not really happening for him so far. this game. I'd say his brightest football so far is actually in his first substitute appearance. A disappointing game for Seoul away at Gwangju. Here he is, chasing down the left, the ball all the way out for the goal kick. Jun and Jin Sung-ho linking up well. Kim Tae-hwan, oh, it's not the time for that. Well, there's never really a time for that, but really Jeju need to be challenging Choi Chul-won in that Seoul goal. He's possibly going to achieve a second straight clean sheet, which would be a huge plus for him after the criticisms he faced last year. I know that some fans weren't exactly delighted to see him take up the starting goalkeeper position. Ki Sung-yong. If there's one more change for Seoul, it would be Kang Sung-jin, their under 22 wide player. I don't know if they're going to go for that option or not with so little time. Italo for Jeju. They also made a number of changes in this game as Kang Sang-ho into the side netting. And I think it's the old classic half the stadium thought it was in thing. But really not challenging the goalkeeper enough there. New signing in Kim Jong-min on the bench. Jeju, they've also got Kim Ga-dong fit again, left on the bench. This was Lingard with a more positive contribution, definitely. Finding Kang Sang-ho. Kang could have played it back into the middle. Maybe Lingard's moment would have been there and then. As I said, there's a danger of hyper-focusing on Lingard because there's plenty of other players who've been able to feed the through balls in this game. Good stop, Jeju. Then lifts it up over Park Dong-jin, and Lingard is away. Jesse Lingard, thwarted by the goalkeeper, who himself was somewhat tangled up with his own mind, seemingly not knowing what to do when he couldn't control the ball. And Lingard knows that was perhaps the opportunity. I think, to be fair to him, it was more or less impossible to get there before the goalkeeper, but when the goalkeeper miscontrolled, there was a glimmer of hope. Palacevic. Kang Sang-ho manages to retain possession. Ki Sung-yong lost control, and the throw goes Jeju's way. No free kick. Italo. Sojin-soo and the pass, attempting to find Kim Tae-hwan. Kim gets there ahead of Lingard in the end. Park Dong-jin, not exactly as expected since coming on, holding the ball up well, picking up teammates. He's not a prolific goal scorer necessarily, but he will always do a job up front. Good substitute striker to have to bring off the bench. Probably more effective there than a makeshift right back where we saw him in the opening 2 rounds. Kim Ju-sung. Well, it's defended, but only for a corner. And if Jeju score now, and they're running out of ifs, but if they do, they might just be able to create a tense last few minutes for the home side. Seoul had struggled to play against Jeju until last year, but last year Seoul seemed to enjoy coming up against the Islanders, unbeaten against them, and they are looking like they're going to continue where they left off, unless something remarkable can happen here. Whistle blows, the Seoul player down, and a yellow card comes out for Im Jae-min. Looks like Suwon FC have scored against Daegu. The other game happening in progress. And Im Jae-min with a second yellow card raises an arm around Lee Tae-sok and then flings him to the ground. Completely unnecessary. Earlier on, the game between Daejeon and Gangwon finished 1-1, and now it's Daegu 1, Suwon FC 1, right at the end of the other one in progress. As Jeju will make another change, but it's a defensive one. I think that's Young Jae-hoon who's going to come on now. And it really does feel more than ever just like a formality, this game. But for a player like Jesse Lingard, well, there's still time to get this season really going. And Ki Sung-yeon picks it up from Lingard. And Ki forces the save, apologises for not looking for the cross. Ki to Lingard, back to Ki, and Park Dong-jin was free in the middle. Through the legs as well. Have Jeju been able to make that change? Yes, they have. Lingard across the field, and it's going to be an own goal, I think, but that basically Lingard, although the whistle's blowing anyway, it was made by Lingard, who I think had straight offside, but the crowd erupted. I don't think it would have counted as Lingard's effort because of the way that diverted. Let's have another look here. Just offside when the ball's played. You can see clear own goal if it had been. We have had a particularly high number of fouls in this game, particularly high number of yellow cards, so much so that it almost felt like a second yellow was inevitable. Im Jae-min didn't really see that coming from the Jeju captain. Jun was the player who made way for Jeon, just to bolster up the back line. What exactly they're bolstering it up for might be more to do with goal difference than anything else, even if goal scored is the first differentiator. Disappointing afternoon for Jeju. This was seen as an opportunity for them to play Seoul while Seoul's confidence is down. But as it is, Seoul going to the international break surely with 3 points. Lingard showing lots of energy. Seoul will come back away at Gangwon at the end of the month. Jeju will host Pohang Steelers. Here's a chance for Park Dong-jin. The crowd loving it. 1 minute to go. Italo lets that run for the goal kick. Tomorrow we've got coverage of Ulsan against Incheon, but the big one at the end of this month, March 30th, is Jeonbuk against Ulsan. That was the chance to make it 3-0. Lingard open in the middle. Park Dong-jin unable to connect. But still maybe one more attack for Seoul. Cho Young-woo cuts in. Ki Sung-young will get there. No need to waste time here. Big throw needed. Ki enjoying the moment. The crowd enjoying maybe not the most convincing Seoul win of all time, but so much better than the opening 2 rounds of the season. The thing is, Seoul have never really looked uncomfortable in this game. Sulaka. And now we're comfortably beyond the 5 minutes. The crowd sing us towards the final whistle. Free kick. Not the final whistle. Not yet. And yet another yellow card. Kim Ju-sung has been involved in a lot of entanglements this game. And finally the yellow comes out for him. More of an accumulation. Lost count of the number of cards in this game. Might be harder to find players who've not been booked. Reyes, a little push away. Kang Sang-woo, no need for this. He doesn't want to get booked now. According to the live league table, FC Seoul are down in 5th because of Suwon's late equaliser against Daegu. As it's just over, Seoul started the day 2nd from bottom. So 3 points have truly lifted them up the table, lifted the mood, lifted the confidence going into the international break. And that free kick, a bit like everything else Jeju have done today, not too far away, but not nearly close enough. They will come back, I'm sure, under Kim Hak-bum to rediscover the sort of form that saw them beat Daejeon 3-1 last weekend. Sulaka making himself a wall. And there is the final whistle. FC Seoul 2, Jeju United 0. A game filled with yellow cards and 1 red card. A game filled with fouls and a little bit of quality. Enough to see Seoul to a 2-0 victory. Enough to see them go into the international break with the tails up. And perhaps, depending on tomorrow's results with the league table, tight enough that this season is as unpredictable as ever.
위에서 배성태 선수.
자, 감사합니다. 오늘
조금만 기다려주세요.
작품에 오셨는데요. 자, 우리 선수단 팬 여러분들께 감사 인사 하도록 하겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요.
자, 우리 감독님도 오고 계시거든요. 감독님께도 박수 한 번씩.
일단 맞는 순간 골이 들어갈 거라는 느낌이 상당히 크게 들었고요. 오늘 선수들이 정말 저뿐만 아니라 모든 선수들이 그라운드에서 모든 걸 다 쏟아부은 것 같아서 충분히 승리할 수 있는 그런 경쟁력을 갖춘 경기였다고 생각하고 있습니다.
지금 벤치 쪽을 바라보고 우리 선수분들 서주시면 되겠습니다. 자, 우리 팬 여러분들도 손을 높게 들어주시거나 머플러를 들어주시거나 다양한 포즈를 취해 주시면
일단은 감독님이 오시고 사실 좀 감독님께 죄송스러웠는데 뭔가 선수들이 좀 더 싸워주고 또 좋은 경기력으로 팬들에게도 좋은 모습을 보여줬어야 되는데 지난 두 경기가 약간 개인적으로도 아쉬웠고 팀적으로도 아쉬웠는데 지난주에 사실 준비를 많이 했고 선수들이 이고자 하는 그런 열망이나 열정이 오늘 정말 상당히 컸다고 생각하고 아직도 저희는 부족한 부분이 많기 때문에 겸손한 자세로 한 경기 한 경기 준비할 생각입니다.
자, 서울!
네, 오늘 새롭게 들어온 선수들이 상당히 너무나도 잘해줬고요. 물론 이제 항상 팀에는 경쟁이 있고 또 더 좋은 모습을 보여준 선수들이 이제 선발로 나가게 돼 있지만 오늘 새로 들어온 선수들이 정말로 120% 좋은 모습을 보여줬다고 생각하고 있습니다.
자, 우리 선수분들도 팬 여러분들께 손 한 번씩 흔들어 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 안 그래도 이제 외국인 선수들하고도 식사를 하면서 또 얘기를 많이 하고 있고, 사실 이제 되게 고마운 게 외국인 선수들이 저항을 너무나도 잘해주고 있고요. 특히 이제 링가드 선수는 뭐 정말 선수들하고도 서슴없이 잘 지내고 있고, 그래서 용병 선수들의 그런 태도나 열정 이런 거는 사실 최고의 모습이라고 생각하고 있습니다.
자, 우리 선수들께 아낌없는 박수를 부탁드립니다.
이제 링가드 선수가 지금 경기력을 많이 끌어올리고 있고, 물론 이제 많은 팬들이 기대하고 있지만 그동안 이제 많은 기간을 좀 쉬었기 때문에 조금 더 저는 시간이 필요하다고 생각하고 4월 안에 제가 봤을 때는 링가드 선수가 조금 더 날씨가 따뜻해지면 더 좋은 모습을 보여줄 거라고 생각하고 있습니다. 네. 네.
자, 인사 먼저 진행하겠습니다. 차렷! 인사! 자, 승리 세레모니 박동진 선수부터 한번 가보도록 하겠습니다.
안 그래도 감독님이 이제 서울에 오시고 좀 얼굴이 많이 상하신 것 같아요. 그래서 개인적으로도 상당히 죄송한 마음이
자,
컸고,
다음 누구 갈까요?
선수들은 정적으로 감독님을 신뢰하고 있고, 또 감독님도 선수들을 위해서 지금 많은 준비를 하고 계시기 때문에 앞으로 이제 오늘 같은 그런 경기력으로 선수들이 임해준다고 하면 팬들도 마찬가지고 감독님도 조금 더 편안한 마음으로 준비를 하시지 않을까 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
알겠습니다. 오늘 선취권의 주인공.
네, 감사합니다.